Didn't I tell y'all this was going to go this way? There's probably at least 3 people that I can think of that probably never want to say the name Jay-Z again. Off the top of my head, Lil Mama is 1. Piers Morgan is 2. And number 3 would be this guy right here, Tony Busby. I told y'all how this was going to go down. I told y'all that Jay-Z was not fucking around with this crackerjack lawyer. And I told y'all that it was going to go completely differently than how it went with Puff. But let's get into it.
Jay-Z is speaking out this morning after the civil suit accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of rape was dropped. NBC's Chloe Malas is here with more. Chloe, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. The lawsuit was withdrawn by the accuser's attorney Tony Busby on Friday with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. Now, this lawsuit had originally been filed in December on behalf of a woman only known as Jane Doe, who claimed that Jay-Z and Combs raped her when she was just 13 years old at a house party following the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. In a statement obtained by NBC News, Jay-Z said, quote, "I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." Now, Busby had no comment when reached late Friday night by NBC News. Now, this dismissal comes after NBC News sat down exclusively with the accuser in an interview and subsequently found inconsistencies in her claims. One being that she said that her father drove 5 hours to pick her up after the alleged assault, but when reached by NBC News at the time, he could not remember the incident. She also claimed that she met Benji and Joel Madden at the house party, but they were touring in the Midwest at the time. When asked about her inconsistencies, she stood by her allegations. Combs, who is currently behind bars awaiting his criminal trial on sex trafficking, said that the dismissal is, quote, "another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods." He's been sued by multiple people who allege sexual misconduct, claims he denies. Peter, Laura?
All right, Chloe Malas, thank you.
Now, this is going to go completely different for Puff than it did for Jay. I'm just letting y'all know. Like, Puffy I understand that Puff was also named in that lawsuit with Jay. However, this trial that's about to take place with Puffy in the summer, that's going to go completely different than how this went right here. This right here was doomed from the start because I told y'all, old girl had inconsistencies. Her doing that interview was the worst thing that she ever could have possibly done. Because not only did she get up there and get fact-checked and lie and proven that she was pretty much an open liar, right? Not only did she do that, but then it called into question her character. And once your character is in question, you really don't stand a chance on file. You got to come with some hard facts, some type of hard evidence. And just from the way that Jay-Z responded to this, I told y'all that this was going to go completely different. I knew it from the start. And they went light with his response. I'm going to read his actual response because his actual response was hilarious. So, this is what he said. This is what Jay said himself. In a article that was released by him. You see the lawsuit there. That was the paperwork. However, this is what he said. Okay, this is his statement. Either it was from him or from his publicist, whoever is from his camp somewhere. I'm saying it from him because this is hilarious. So listen, he says, "Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally." And then Alex Spiro, which I believe is his lawyer, his statement says, "The false case against Jay-Z that never should have been brought has been dismissed with prejudice. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name. I told y'all he wasn't going to pay a dime. He did the exact opposite of what Puff did. But I believe that Puff did it thinking that he would have the same or at least similar results to what Jay-Z is experiencing now. But see, where Puffy fucked up is you can't say that you're not going to pay knowing that there's verifiable evidence out there. That was the dumbest thing that Puff could have ever done. If you knew that there was facts, and you had to know because you tried to pay the dude off to get rid, to expunge that videotape from surveillance footage files. So you knew that somewhere out there in the ethos that there was a videotape which could be damning to you should it reach the Court of Public Appeals and the Court of Public Opinion. You knew that there was evidence on you. That's the difference here. Puff should have just came out, got rid of Cassie immediately, paid the money, all right, whatever you want. But no, he tried to do this. He tried to go the Jay-Z route. He tried to stand tall. He tried to stand on business, and it cost him everything. His trial that's about to happen in a couple months is about to go entirely different. I believe Puff is cooked. And I believe he's going to be cooked to the level that R. Kelly is. We'll see. But I believe he's done. I believe he's done. And even now, there are still cases being brought up against Puff. And at this point, you have to, it's not funny, but it's incredible to see how many cases comes in through the door, a new case walks through those New York doors every other week. Every other week, there's a new case popping up of somebody suing him. And unfortunately, because we have the evidence now, it's like, okay, we have to take every report serious now. You did that to yourself. And I believe that. And, we've all heard where the lawyers, those who have actually watched those tapes that they have in evidence, though you have the lawyers saying that, they viewed Cassie on those tapes. Sometimes being the aggressor. Sometimes being the aggressor in the bedroom. Sometimes being the aggressor sexually. Sometimes being the aggressor in those situations that she claimed that she was being abused in. And of course, now we've come up with all different types of terms and terminologies to describe why someone might reciprocate or might do that now, right? Because we like to play victims. That's just how we are. It's the human race. Everybody likes to be the victim, except when you're doing some shit that you probably shouldn't. But we've come up with all types of ways to protect people in case they end up in a situation like Cassie. But I believe that Cassie has a ton of blame to play in this as well. Because for one, if you knew that there were other people being abused like you were, why didn't you speak up when it was happening then? Because you were enjoying the fast life. You were enjoying the money. You were enjoying the trips. You were enjoying the jewelry. You were enjoying the cars. You were enjoying the luxury hotels and the luxury extravagant trips to, overseas locations and villas and etc. Right? But this right here, I told y'all, I knew this was not going to last just off of the way that Jay-Z responded to this. And he responded immediately. He didn't wait. His team got right on it, and then he popped out with his family a couple weeks later at a movie premiere for The Lion King. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I think this is done. I don't think there'll be any more. I don't think there'll be any more cases, not against Jay-Z anyway. There will be some more against Puff. Hell, I might just jump in, throw my hat in the race too against Puff. At this point, everybody's suing that nigga, right? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later, y'all.